A distinguished expert in business, ethics, and technology, our featured speaker is a successful entrepreneur and author of the new book, Situational Ethics. Please welcome Mr. Rick Jordan.
Nasdaq, an amazing honor to be here today and to share some stories. The day before I turned 16, my dad goes into the hospital. 11 days later, he dies from a rare form of leukemia that hits hard and fast. He was an awesome guy. I think of him a lot and I miss him. My mom, a wonderful woman, had to work full time because my brother and sister were 5 and 6 years younger than me. They were only 10 and 11 years old at the time. I worked full time too, and I was only a junior in high school, but I practically raised my brother and sister for 2 years, getting them up every morning, feeding them, and driving them to school every single day. Even with all this going on, I was still very involved in my church. My dad, he had a music degree. He taught me how to play drums when I was just 5 years old. And then when I turned 12, I got my first real 6-string, bought it at the 5 and dime, played it till my fingers bled. No, it was not the summer of '69. Don't make me out to be that old, please. But I played drums on Sunday morning, and then I played guitar, sang, and led the entire band at youth group during the week. I was busy. But there's one thing that every teenage guy typically makes time for, and that is girls, right? I want to tell you about this one girl named Sarah. I went on a lot of dates, but this one, she was special. We went out for about a month or two, and then as the magic kind of wears off, like it typically does, I dumped her. That was a bad move. She got mad. She went to the pastors of this church and told them that we were sleeping together in revenge. Do you believe that? Well, it was true. The moms of this church had already labeled me as Jerry Maguire. Do you remember Tom Cruise? Oh, he's the guy that can't be alone. Yeah, they went to the pastors and pressured them socially and financially to do something about this. Told me I needed to go under church discipline for 6 months. I couldn't believe it. They were going to lose their jobs if they did nothing, though. So, Rick, you need to come here every Sunday morning, sit in the front row where you can be seen. You're suspended from the band, and if you don't tell your mother what you did, we will. Yeah, that's very gracious and loving, right? But I don't blame these guys. They were good guys. They were just backed into a corner because their livelihood was threatened. There's 3 types of people in this world. You drop a $100 bill on the street, the bad guy comes along, picks it up, just keeps walking. He can't do the right thing no matter what. The second type of person on the other side of the spectrum will see this $100 bill, frantically look around to see who it is, chase him down because they have to get it back to him. It doesn't belong to them. They will do the right thing every time. But 95% of us fall into this middle area called situational ethics. We start to rationalize things. We think, they don't need that much money. They have plenty. A lot of employees will say this of their boss or their owner. Or, they're already 10 blocks down the street. I'm not going to run that far. Or maybe, I just had a medical bill come in yesterday, and I could really use the money. A client of mine called me up, said, Rick, you got to get over here right away. I said, okay, I'll come. He had an employee, a salesperson, download a $25 million book of business to a USB flash drive and sold it, or attempted to their largest competitor. Sales records, invoices, financials. This guy had 3 ex-wives, back taxes, child support with all of them, and was an avid user of Ashley Madison. The hookup site for married couples? This guy, his comp plan was $600K a year, but he needed more money to cover all these bad decisions he made in his life. Crazy, right? Look at me here. Ethics is an economic proposition almost every single time. External forces will tip the scales of right and wrong with your best friend, your spouse, the person you just hired sitting outside your office door. You can take measures to protect your life and shield your business. But what about your own choices? Well, that's the awesome thing. You have control. Here's the good news. Whatever is true, whatever is honorable, whatever is just, pure, gracious, commendable, of excellence or praiseworthy. Think about these things, and you'll make the right call every single time. Thank you so much for having me here. God bless you all.